Welcome one and all to The Basement, where once a month the worlds of live music and streaming technology collide to bring you an hour of the best original music from the UK. Before we move on to formal introductions, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget that you can catch up with past Basement streams on Leigh's Musical Adventures YouTube and find out about up-and-coming shows on our Facebook page. Now with that out of the way, we are delighted to welcome an indie band from Nottingham who have been making quite a splash on the live circuit. Their name is Playbow, and I'll be having a chat with them in a little while. But for now, let's go live.
Eating me up. I'm always feeding this unhelpful feeling. It's always beating me up. My friends are sick of me and my personality, and I think I start to fall apart as soon as I get better. I can't find another pick me up. My mood changes like the weather. I think I'm changing myself. I'm known to dissipate or try to replicate. It starts to mess with my health. Such a dramatic state to be the heavyweight, and I think I start to fall apart as soon as I get better. I can't find another pick me up. My mood changes like the weather, and I think I start to fall apart. I swear I'm feeling better. And if you could come and pick me up, changes like the weather. I start to fall apart as soon as I get better. I can't find another pick me up. My mood changes like the weather. I should restart, repair the parts, and I swear I'm feeling better. If you could come and pick me up. I swear I've changed and I've changed. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone watching as well. Thank you for tuning in. We are Playbow from Nottingham. We are here to do a lovely set of random bits of indie rock and everything else. This is our next. That was Heavyweight, just to introduce it properly. And this next song is Small Doses. This is about kind of being seen as a bit too hyperactive for everyone else to deal with. It's a little bit grungier, so hopefully you like it. So yeah. Do I make you feel good under your arm, acting like a Hollywood star? Do I make you laugh when I'm part of the act? I'm so funny when I fall on my ass, but I'm such a thrill when I'm playing the clown. I'm smiling like there's no one around, and you can put me down when I'm getting too much, and after all the time you're winding me up. My friend said I'm hyperactive. When I asked him, I just hopeless. I'm freaking out, it's not attractive. I love you, but just in small doses. Are you getting bored when I'm talking a lot? And do you only text when I'm looking hot? How do you react when you struggle to grasp that I've had another panic attack? And you can't let it go when I'm winding you up, and God forbid I was just having some fun. So go and put me down then. I'm getting too much, and after all the time you're winding me up. My friend said I'm hyperactive. When I asked him, I just hopeless. Freaking out, it's not attractive. I love you, but just in small doses. Love you, but just in small doses. Why is it always in small doses? Push me back if my approach is way too much, the average dosage. Why is it always in small doses? Why is it always in small doses? I love you, but just in small doses. Why is it always in small doses? My friend said I'm hyperactive. When I asked him, I just hopeless. I'm freaking out, it's not attractive. I love you, but just in small doses. She said I love you, but just in small doses. Said I love you, but just in small doses. Thank you very much, thank you. This next song is, I'd say a little bit moody, but still keeping up pace. I like to not really explain this one too much and just kind of hope that anyone listening works out the lyrics and goes, really? On their own terms, instead of me having to announce it and them do it instead. But yeah, thank you again for tuning in, and this one is called Limbs. the barrel of a gun, kissing and telling me all the ways that you think you are God's gift. You're so full of shit, Adonis on board, and can I just say, I'm so sick of your face. Get out of my brain. You're socially flawed from all your socials. I'm so done with your games. I don't wanna play, I know I won't stay. So what's it like to feel complete? Expensive shirts and your nice white teeth. The perfect life, what a life to lead. But you still complain that the grass is green. Fascination with your body on occasion. You think I'm obsessed, but babe, you lack anticipation. It's been fun, but now there's nothing left to say or do. You're just the limbs that I'm attracted. The boys like you are all talk, they worship your walk. Your body's a high until you speak. You're so good, it's not fair. I really don't care. Adonis, you're flawed in all the ways that you just choose to ignore. You play me like chords. Maybe it's me, or could it be that I'm just here for some fun? So give me a break, or give me some space. What's it like to feel complete? Expensive shirts and nice white teeth. A perfect life, what a life to lead. But you still complain that the grass is green. Fascination with your body on occasion. You think I'm obsessed, but babe, you lack anticipation. It's been fun, but now there's nothing left to say or do. You're just the limbs that I'm attracting. Fascination with your body on occasion. You think I'm obsessed, but babe, you lack anticipation. It's been fun, but now there's nothing left to say or do. You're just the limbs that I'm attracted to. How do I say this so politely? I know you don't have to like me, and you can buy me a drink and let me hear what you think of my brain. How do I say this so politely? I know you don't have to like me, and you can buy me a drink. Let me hear what you think of my brain. How do I say this so politely? I know you don't have to like me, and you can buy me a drink. Let me hear what you think of my brain, my brain, oh my brain. Fascination with your body on occasion. You think I'm obsessed, but babe, you lack anticipation. It's been fun, but now there's nothing left to say or do. You're just the limbs that I'm attracted to. And well, it's fascination, it's manipulation, it's fascination. You're just the limbs that I'm attracted to. Thank you very much. That is a kind of favourite of mine, even though it's really awkward one to play. The next one, we're going to slow it down really well, if I'm right. Slow it down. Yeah, we are. This is going to get a little bit more kind of slow, emo vibes, if you're into that kind of thing. If not, go make a cup of tea and come back in about 5 minutes. We'll still playing the same song. You'll be fine. Yeah, this is Cobwebs. In place, you're a picket fence, you're a lion's den. Acting this way with a certain grace drives me around the bend. I am thinking of words to describe you, and I am working on new ways to make you blush when I'm moving away. Does it scare you? Am I good enough? You're the last thing that I see before I fall asleep. After all this time we've had, I wish that I knew you better than that. The cobwebs on us started setting in as we settled down, making our way through the everyday of this little town. But I'm not doing enough to remind you of all of the ways I could make you blush. You're the last thing that I see before I fall asleep. After all this time we've had, I wish that I knew you better than that. You're the last thing that I see before I fall asleep. After all this time we've had, I wish that I knew you better than that. Well, there's no use crying over spilled cheap wine when you said you're fine. I know you're not, and it gets no better in this English weather, digging up the things that time forgot. Well, there's no use crying over spilled cheap wine when you said you're fine. I know you're not, I know you're not, I know.
Good evening. Here in the basement today we have Joe, we have Helena, we have Finn, and we have Sasha. This is Playbow. So, guys, tell us a little bit about your history. How long have you been around, and how did you get together?
So we've been playing together as a band for about a year now. So it started with Finley posting on Join My Band, popped an ad online. I saw it. We then met up in Dunkin' Donuts in Nottingham. So he showed me his lyrics, which were awesome. I said, look, I've got this idea for a song. And then he decided to put some lyrics to, which was Antoinette at the time.
Oh, okay.
And then I said, well, I know a really cool drummer that could join our group and we could have a full band, because me and Joe were in a previous band together. So it was a kind of like a rock metal band. So Joe joined us for a couple of practice sessions. It all worked out. And then I previously met up with Sasha 4 years ago.
Okay.
We met up once at Costa. We had plans to set up another project that never turned out. And I said, I also know a bass player that I met up with once 4 years ago. How about we ask her if she'd like to come and join the band? But before I even had a chance to message Sasha, she actually saw the ad that Finny posted.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Everything worked out.
So it's sort of some sort of longer term history between you guys before you became Playbow.
Absolutely, yeah.
And when you formed, was this the sort of style of music you were thinking of from the outset, or is that something that's evolved as you've played together as a four-piece?
I think we always wanted to do a kind of like our roots in the indie sound and stuff. I mean, the original ad we bonded over like Wallows, Lovejoy, Biba different artists, other ones that aren't coming to mind right now, but other artists that were in similar mindset. And I love the original demo we did, and it's just been naturally of having all of our different influences in the band, and just kind of sharing them and adding to our own sound that's kind of developed the set you hear now with the Playbow sound in general. It's just a lot more varied than we anticipated, but it's great.
Right, and do a lot of those lyrics that you first heard when you first met in Dunkin' Donuts, do they exist in the songs now, or do we move on from there?
Oh God, that's a really good question. Now I'm going to have to think off the top of my head.
You're on the spot with that.
Yeah, I think like Small Doses started there as well. I think those are the two original ones that kind of, when I showed you this little black book of stuff awkwardly in Dunkin' Donuts, be like, please make these into songs. But I think after that we just kind of started working on new stuff. Someone would come up with a riff. It builds naturally, and then my homework is to go home for next week and live a life experience long enough to write 3 minutes about.
Think of something that fits with the atmosphere of the music. So the music tends to come first, does it, and then the lyrics get added in sort of nowadays?
Predominantly, yeah. We do have moments where like I'll kind of bring the lyrics over and then we work to it. But most of the time it's normally kind of building the track as a piece. I will normally get like the recording of it from the session we've been in and then be like, right, sit and write down what's going to fit here and here, verse, lyrics, etc.
Right, and Antoinette, which is a great song and is available on SoundCloud, that's sort of early in the genesis of this band.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the kind of song that tied us together. You kind of came with this little indie guitar part. You were like, my last band weren't too keen on it. It was a bit too indie for them. I listened to it. It gave that very kind of early 2000s indie sound. I loved it. And I already had the lyrics ready. And I think we just sat in a rehearsal space in Pirate and went, wow, this actually fits really well, surprisingly well.
Right.
And it just built itself almost that way. It was like it was naturally meant to fit there. So it worked really well.
Cool. And you two come from a more metal background, or at least you played in a metal band before. Actually, Joe, you've played in all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, so myself, I've been in so many different genres. So like my first band were like rock. Then I ended up in a folk band for quite a while, and then joined the metalish band, and then now I'm in an indie band, and I've also got a other funk band as well.
Right,
so a bit of a mixture there.
Bit of variation there. So what does that mean for you? I mean, as one of the backbone members of the rhythm section, bringing stuff from your other
so interests. I try and like blend different parts from different genres. I don't want to just play just a straight 4/4 beat all the time. I want to try and make it a bit more interesting. Also, like with some of our faster stuff, so like Dipped in Plastic, I try and add a bit of energy in there as well.
And he succeeds as well, just as a heads up. You do well, my guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's plenty of energy going on there. Even when it's quite slow, there's still an intensity for the slower pieces as well. And Sasha, from what's your background musically? I guess did you come from a metal background as well, or were you doing something else before that?
No, the only band I've really been in before this one is just in sick form, just with my mates in school, just playing school shows, and that's about it. But it was also an indie band. It's kind of
okay, so not too far from what you went to play about.
No.
So just back on the question of lyrics again. So in terms of subject matter, what inspires you to put pen to paper?
I think in general for like the kind of stuff we write, it's that natural sound of, obviously you get some bands out, like I've got that very angsty kind of teenage sound where it's like kind of very jet black hair and piercings level of like angst and almost a very teenage feel. Whereas I feel like what we all try and do in Playbow is make this kind of sound where lyrically it encapsulates that kind of angst of being in your 20s and being like either you're still a student or it's the first time kind of doing your own proper jobs and living alone, and it's that stress of, oh my god, the bills need to be paid, oh my god.
Yeah, it's a different kind of angst to teenage angst, isn't it?
It compares to the kind of slamming of doors at home to like, oh my god, everyone's going out on a night out and I can't afford it, or paying bills, or oh my god, this job is not giving me enough shifts, etc., etc. And it just kind of encapsulates the day in, day out of 20-year-olds, I guess.
Right, and as far as other recordings go, you're in preparation for an EP at the minute, or is it an album? What is it you're working on at the minute?
I think at the minute the plan is just kind of record what we can, and then as long as we have the catalogue ready, if we want to just drop everything when we can, we can. If it comes out as an EP, if it comes out as double singles, if we decide to just stash it away and just surprise drop an album one day, then it's ready and prepared. So I think we're going to go into the studio with the mindset of record it as an album, and if it gets dropped separately, then as is.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it's good. You know, you could see how it would make a coherent whole from what you've done, what you've been doing here today. But equally, I guess we live in a world where dropping individual singles is more the method for getting people on side and also keeping a certain amount of momentum on your social media, on YouTube, and that sort of thing. So, what else have we got planned for the near future? You've been gigging quite a lot of recent. In fact, you've hardly stopped gigging since you formed.
We have hit the ground running, really. Joe, do you have them off by
memory?
So
upcoming, the 27th of October, we're playing at the Victoria's Bikers Pub in Colville.
Yeah.
We're supporting,
I think, Bright
Black. And then on the 2nd of November, we're playing at the Chameleon Arts Centre, supporting Express Office Portico. And then on the 24th of November, we're at the Chameleon Arts Centre again, supporting 2079.
Okay. And you were doing Oxjam yesterday?
Yes, we were at Oxjam yesterday.
How did that go?
That went really, really well. The audience were really receptive, which is always great to get that live feedback from the audience, knowing that they're enjoying it, and it makes it so worthwhile to get that back.
Cool. So, back to the music. As a rhythm section, how do you two work together with the bass and the drums? Because obviously quite a tight, sort of locked-in rhythm section behind the more sort of, I don't want to say esoteric, but the kind of diverse guitar playing going on, and of course the vocals.
Yeah, so there's a bit of not push and pull, but kind of swapping over. So if Sash is playing something a bit more busy, I try and step back a bit, play something more simple, and vice versa. So it's not too much at once, kind of bouncing off ideas. Yeah.
And of course, your first song, you both get solos in the first song.
Yeah.
What caused you to think, I know what we need is a bass solo and a drum solo in the opening number?
So one fateful day at Pirate, we were practicing Heavyweight as we kind of knew that was going to be our intro song anyway, and we decided to do a drum bass kind of breakdown. It just kind of happened, and then Finn said that it sounded very good, so we kept it. And it's for a live show, it works really, really well. To kind of bring some energy up, a bit of hype there.
Yeah, it's not
right off the bat. Yeah,
so it's nice to show off the rhythm section chops as well early on, because it's something that tends to get buried. And obviously, you're both very talented musicians.
Yeah,
and very often, that's something that we don't get to see till near the end of the set. Whereas you come in kind of straight off the bat. There you go. Here's our rhythm section. This is what they can do. So, in terms of you're playing a chunk of songs now, have you got sort of more material in the pipeline?
Yeah,
we've got little bits and pieces we're working on.
You have time to write in amongst your busy gigging schedule.
No, it's quite nice because we'll go into a rehearsal session, and then I think a lot of our songs have came back just by we've rehearsed the set list through, been ready for it, and then just someone plays something. It's do that again. Right, that works. Somebody else had something to it, and it works so naturally in that sense that a lot of our songs have came about in that way. It's just kind of, so we're always writing and making new stuff, which then becomes awkward when we actually have to record this and be right, we've got this massive list of stuff
to do, which now we have to narrow it down.
Exactly.
Whose fault is the set order? Who writes the order of operations for the gigs?
I think it was kind of a joint agreement kind of thing. A lot of it fits in naturally. I mean, Heavyweight was just destined to be the opening track in general, with that drum opening and kind of the build up, and it's great to open a set with. And then I think kind of closing on one of our songs, "Wish You the Best," it's got such a kind of like anthemic feel, I think, where it just feels like, right, this is the high end of the whole set, and then that's it. Just kind of leave them kind of on the high. So it was what felt natural, really.
So tell me about the name. Where did Playbow come from?
Joe?
One of the trickiest things I think is in any band is coming up with a name
Absolutely.
that also hasn't already been used. That's so many ideas thrown about, and we look it up and it's like, somebody's already taken
Someone's
this.
got it, yeah.
Yeah. So we were just messing around in Pirate Studios, and me and Finn kind of imitated.
We did this thing, don't we? Which kind of,
it's a bit like a dog, like a Playbow that a dog does, and so I was like, oh, wait a second, we could have this as our name, and me and Finn were very on board with this. I think there's still maybe some reservations over the name.
Me and Sasha not so. We took a bit of time to warm up to it.
Okay, so have to be persuaded.
So until something better to replace it comes along, we are
I'm
going to
happy
be
with this name. Thank you
we're
very
gonna
much.
Plus, there's also one of the other bands we were interviewing here a few weeks ago was basically saying, once you've established it as a name, no one really thinks of it as a word anymore. It just becomes sort of emblematic of you rather than having any sort of significance to your audience outside of that.
Yeah, we were definitely aware of that. So like, there's so many band names where if you take it out of context, it's just like, what?
Why would you call yourself that?
What's a Paramore?
Well, yeah, what is
Paramore?
Paramore? Arctic Monkeys. Okay, but like you instantly now associate that with the band rather than actual monkeys in the Arctic.
Yeah, which no one else would have thought of, I imagine. So, what about for next year? What else do you have on the horizon? Anything more in terms of your aspirations for the nearest future?
That would be telling. That would be giving it all too away too soon.
So keep an eye on your Instagram and your
Absolutely.
Facebook and the social media.
Exactly. Keep those headphones on and listening to us, and we'll give you some more updates in future.
Indeed. Well, we look forward to it. Well, it's been lovely talking to you all, but we're here for the music. So,
Absolutely.
How do you feel about gracing us with your second set?
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. Anyone else?
Is the bus going to your head? 'Cause I know it blows when your money goes up your nose. You can stop anytime, there's no harm in one more try. When it's just another piece of cake going straight into the brain you hate. You can stop at any time of day, but you'll be fine with just another taste. Are the sugars blowing your mind? Are the flavors driving you wild? Is your face feeling it this time? Don't float away from getting oh so high. Don't float away from getting oh so high. Don't float away from getting oh so high.
So thank you again for having us, Leigh, and we're going to kind of bring the set back up after that very, very slow melancholy track with something a little bit more angst in it. This is Dipped in Plastic.
To be hated by every person that outdated, every guy that felt alive. All the pressure I've created for myself to just stand out, with no pride and no sense of self, with no smile to hide behind. And you're such a lovely guy, I think it's magic. It's almost tragic, the way I'm dipped in plastic. So romantic and utterly sarcastic. But did I mention this is no intervention? dipped in plastic. You fuck everyone you know, settle for someone you don't, and I'll always take the blame. You won't grow up all the same. You're a Mona Lisa smile, your excuses and denial, while you break me out the frame. In your image I became its almost. With the way I'm dipped in plastic, it's so romantic and utterly sarcastic. Did I mention this is no intervention? I hope you back me the way I'm dipped in plastic. I hope you think of me till it rots your brain away. Because there's you and me, and we'll never be the same. You think of me till it rots your brain away. Because there's you and me, and we'll never be. By the way I'm dipped in.
Thank you very much. We're going to keep the kind of tempo up now, and I've been told I'm allowed to tell this explanation for the song by the band, so if anyone give me eels on camera, it's their own fault, so yeah. But this next one is still changing, and this song is dedicated to anyone with daddy issues that aren't the weird daddy issues, like the seek therapy, no, the other ones. Seek therapy first, just, this is still changing.
Chilling out in your front room, and I'm miles away from home. You talk to him like a chat show host about his brand new clothes. You talk to me with a vagueness, as if we met somewhere before. 20 years have just flown by. Is it something we ignore? And it's hard to say you stayed the same while I'm still changing, but I guess it's for the best. But you take the blame, you hate the way that I'm still changing, but I guess it's for the best. We spent the day in the city just to find some common ground. You asked about all my family, you asked about that shithole town, but I've had a lover now for some time. Could you try and learn his name until the end of the weekend, until it all goes back the same? And it's hard to say, stay the same while I'm still changing, but I guess it's for the best. But you take the blame, you hate the way that I'm still changing, but I guess it's for the best, and I guess it's for. Do you know I'm trying not to complicate every mistake that you ever made? It's really hard just to replicate the things that you missed at a younger age. And it's hard to say, stay the same while I'm still changing, but I guess it's for the best. And you take the blame, you hate the way that I'm still to change it. But I guess it's for the best. But I guess it's for. Do you know I'm trying not to complicate every mistake you ever made? And it must be hard just to replicate the things that you missed at a younger age.
Thank you very much. So this next one is actually one that's available on some form of streaming service. This was the first song we did as a band together, well, officially made under the Playbow name. If you've got a real sweet tooth, that's fantastic. But if you can decode the lyrics, which sounds really pretentious, but it's not that hard to do, that's even better. But this is Antoinette, so please enjoy.
To your head, still feel sweet. Close the curtains, fall back asleep. Do you need a break? You're no fun, that's what they'll say. So let's line your plate. What's the harm in one more taste? When it's just another piece of cake, going straight into the brain you hate. You can stop at any time of day, but you'll be fine with just another taste. Are the sugars blowing your mind? Are the flavors driving you out? Is your face feeling it this time? Don't float away from getting oh so high. Miss Antoinette, does it feel like a hole in your head? Does it still feel sweet? Close the curtains, fall back asleep. Do you need a break? You're no fun, that's what they'll say. So let's line your plate. What's the harm in one more taste? When it's just another piece of cake, going straight into the brain you hate. You can stop at any time of day, but you'll be fine with just another taste. Are the sugars blowing your mind? Are your flavors driving you out? Is your face feeling it this time? Don't float away from getting oh so high. Well, the boys don't dance like they did in the 80s. You want romance just to waste all your late teens. You won't find it when you live in a daydream. There's no substance you can get when you're 18. No substance you can get when you're 18. No substances when it's just another piece of cake, going straight into the brain you hate. You can stop at any time of day, but you'll be fine with just another taste. Are the sugars blowing your mind? Are the flavors driving you wild? Is your face or feeling it this time? Don't float away from getting oh so high. Don't float away from getting oh so high. Don't float away from getting oh so high.
Thank you very much. So yeah, we're on our last song now. We'd just like to take one more minute out for thank you for anyone watching and who's tuned in. Thank you so much for that. It means so much in the absolute world that you're paying attention. And thank you so much for Leigh and his crew, everyone here, for having us. It's been a massive fun time. This is Wish You the Best.
Imagine I was somebody else. When did you realize it could never be me? What did I make it so much harder to breathe? Well, I imagine that you're doing okay, that you never had to feel this way. I hope you never hear the song when we play. With my collapsible chest, well, I wish you the best. I really put you through that test with my collapsible chest. I guess I've got to learn to grow up and go. Some things that I probably won't show, but moving on is just a better move. So, but I remember all the things you forget. I think them over till it's hurting my head, but that's all past and it's just better unsaid. Probably see me as pathetic, but I don't mind if you regret it. I really thought I was poetic. You probably see me as pathetic, but I don't mind if you regret it. Poetic. You probably see me as pathetic, and I don't mind if you regret it. We've been Playbow, thank you so much.
Thanks to Playbow for such an awesome set, and I'm sure we'll be hearing much more from them before much longer. Don't forget you can find them on Instagram and Facebook, and their new single Antoinette can be streamed on SoundCloud. Next month we will be welcoming an electronic pop artist with a wide-ranging presence across streaming media, social media and TikTok, the superb Janie Louise. So check her music out via any of the usual channels if you feel the urge to swat up before our next stream. Until then, just remember, though all the leaves are brown and the sky is grey, we'll be here streaming you the best original music once a month live in the basement. See you next time. Bye bye.